dream. We bring the subject into that dream.
Welcome! Our list of the 10 most mind-blowing movies may be in this flick. These suggestions have been arranged in accordance with our own individual opinions and rankings. Number 10. Donnie Darko. Richard Kelly was the director of the science fiction psychological thriller film Donnie Darko, which was released in the United States in the year 2001. The main character of this film, Donnie Darko, is a troubled young man who narrowly avoids being involved in a terrible accident and has visions of Frank, a mysterious figure who is costumed as a rabbit. According to Frank, the end of the world will occur in a month and a half. As a consequence of Frank's manipulation of Donnie, he is responsible for committing a number of crimes. After narrowly escaping a deadly accident, Donnie Darko begins to experience strange visions of Frank, a figure in a disturbing rabbit costume who claims the world will end soon. As Donnie becomes entangled in Frank's cryptic messages, he starts acting out in increasingly destructive ways. The film delves into themes of destiny, mental illness, and alternate realities, leaving viewers questioning the nature of Donnie's experiences. Number 9. Gone Girl.
I feel like something to be jettisoned if necessary. I feel like I could disappear.
You need to tell me. How was your marriage, Nick?
Are you asking me if I killed my wife?
Man of my dreams, kill me.
The American thriller neo-noir film Gone Girl was directed by David Fincher and released in 2014. The film was adapted on the novel of the same name written by Gillian Flynn, which was published in 2012. He was also responsible for writing the screenplay for the movie. Nick Dunn, who becomes the major suspect in the sudden disappearance of his wife, Amy, is the protagonist of this postmodern mystery tale that takes place in the state of Missouri and recounts the events that surround him on a daily basis. The stories are told from his point of view. In Gone Girl, a man named Nick Dunn is thrust into the center of a media storm when his wife Amy disappears under suspicious circumstances. As the investigation intensifies, it becomes clear that nothing is as it seems, and Nick's involvement in the case grows more questionable. The film masterfully explores the dark side of relationships, media influence, and deception, with twists that keep viewers on edge until the very end. Number 8. Shutter Island. It was released in the United States on February 19, 2010. Shutter Island is a 2010 American neo-noir psychological thriller film directed by Martin Scorsese, based on Dennis Lehane's 2003 novel of the same name. Leonardo DiCaprio stars as Deputy U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels, who is investigating a psychiatric facility on Shutter Island after one of the patients goes missing. Shutter Island follows U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels, who is assigned to investigate the disappearance of a patient from a high-security mental hospital on a secluded island. As he unravels the case, he begins to question the true nature of the institution and his own mental stability. The film delves into psychological tension and paranoia, culminating in a twist that alters the entire understanding of the plot. Number 7. The Sixth Sense.
Like you're falling down real fast. You ever feel the prickly things on the back of your neck?
Yes.
That's them.
Is anyone there?
Within the United States of America, it was made accessible to the general public on August 6, 1999. M. Night Shyamalan is the director of the supernatural psychological thriller film The Sixth Sense, which was released in 1999. The film was directed by Shyamalan. In his role as a child psychologist, Bruce Willis portrays a patient who possesses the power to communicate with the deceased. The Sixth Sense centers on child psychologist Dr. Malcolm Crowe, who works with a young boy named Cole, who claims to see and communicate with the dead. As Dr. Crowe tries to help Cole, he begins to unravel startling truths about both the boy's abilities and his own life. The film is known for its suspenseful atmosphere and its unforgettable twist, which redefines the entire narrative in its final moments. Number 6. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. The science fiction drama film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind was directed by Michel Gondry and released in the United States in the year 2004. In the United States, the movie was brought out to the public. The subject of this narrative is a couple who have entirely deleted each other from their memories, resulting in a state of estrangement between them. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind follows a couple who, after an emotional breakup, undergo a procedure to remove each other from their memories. As the process progresses, one of them starts to fight against erasing the good moments they shared. The film deeply explores the impact of memory on identity and relationships, blending surreal elements with emotional storytelling. Number 5. The Prestige.
With discovering your method.
The magician makes this ordinary something do something extraordinary.
Nothing is impossible.
Abracadabra.
Christopher Nolan is the filmmaker of the psychological thriller film The Prestige, which was released in 2006. The film itself was released in 2006. The story focuses on two competitive stage magicians named Robert Angier and Alfred Borden, who were working in London at the tail end of the 19th century. As a result of their obsession with creating the most impressive theatrical illusion, they participate in engaging in competitive one-upmanship, which ultimately leads to catastrophic consequences. The Prestige explores the bitter rivalry between two magicians who push the boundaries of their craft. Driven by jealousy and a desire for superiority, their relentless pursuit of mastery leads to destructive actions. The narrative examines the consequences of obsession, with each magician willing to sacrifice everything in the name of achieving the impossible. Number 4. Memento.
You're not even gonna know that it happened.
Who did this to you?
You did.
When you find this guy, what are you gonna do?
Kill him.
Christopher Nolan is the director of the American neo-noir psychological thriller film Memento, which was released in the year 2000. The film was directed by Christopher Nolan. The character that Guy Pearce portrays suffers from anterograde amnesia and experiences a loss of short-term memory approximately once every 15 minutes. This is the case because the damage caused him to suffer from the condition. In Memento, Leonard Shelby is a man with short-term memory loss trying to uncover the truth behind his wife's death. As his memory resets every few minutes, Leonard relies on notes, photos, and tattoos to help him piece together the mystery. The film intricately unfolds in reverse, exploring the fragility of memory and how it shapes one's sense of self and reality. Number 3. Fight Club.
Talk about Fight Club. Second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
Hit me as hard as you can.
And this is how I met
Tyler Durden.
Around the 15th of October in the year 1999, the film was made accessible to a large number of people in the United States. It was David Fincher who was the director of the American Picture Fight Club, which was initially released in the year 1999. There is a novel written by Chuck Palahniuk with the same name that was published in 1996. The plot is based on that novel. In Fight Club, a disillusioned man forms an underground club where men engage in brutal fights to reclaim their sense of masculinity and freedom. As the club spirals out of control, the narrator's relationship with his mysterious companion, Tyler Durden, grows more complex and dangerous. The film critiques modern society's obsession with materialism and personal identity, leading to an explosive and mind-bending revelation. Number 2. Inception.
I think I found a way home.
And this last job.
Dreams collapsing.
Inception is a science fiction action film that was released in 2010, and Christopher Nolan is the director of the film. The character that Leonardo DiCaprio portrays in the film is that of a professional thief who steals information by infiltrating the subconscious of his prey. The possibility to have his history of criminal behavior eliminated is provided to him as a sort of compensation for implanting the idea of another person into the mind of a target. This is done in order to compensate him for implanting the idea of another human. Inception centers on Dom Cobb, a thief who enters people's dreams to steal their secrets. He is given an opportunity to erase his criminal record by performing the highly difficult task of planting an idea in someone's subconscious, a process known as inception. The film challenges perceptions of reality and explores the consequences of guilt and ambition, all while navigating complex dreamscapes. Number 1. Interstellar.
I'm coming back.
The British-American epic science fiction film Interstellar, which was released in 2014, was produced by Christopher Nolan, who also served as the film's executive producer. Within the context of a dystopian future, the narrative of the movie takes place in a world where people are struggling to maintain their own existence. It follows a group of astronauts as they travel through a wormhole that is located close to Saturn in the endeavor of discovering a new place for humanity to call home.